My name is Reverend Father Sixtus Ladi Onu, a priest of Sokoto Diocese, but I'm working here at the Provincial Secretariat of Health, Justice, Development and Peace here. My office looks after church and society issues within the Kaduna Ecclesiastical Province, which covers basically northwest of Nigeria.
Okay, we understand that we're having a program on Saturday, 25th of March,
Correct?
which has to do with issues around family value. Can you tell us more about this program and what it intends to achieve?
Okay, as a background, the Kuka Center, with its headquarters in Abuja, has an office here within this building at Abakpa here, number 10 North Road. So this is a series of programs that the Kuka Center is having in partnership with our office, the Justice and Peace Church and Society. We have a series of programs from January, it runs till December. Every month we pick a topic that will focus on. This one we're focusing on family, the values of the family, and how modernization is beginning to affect family values. So this is basically what we want to address. We're drawing from the broad spectrum of the society, basically in the church, the various societies, Knight of St. Mulumba, Knight of St. John, Christian Men Organization, Catholic Women Organizations, Mutan Mata, Zumunchi Maza, Catholic Youth Organization of Nigeria, children, altar servers, reverend sisters, teachers, reverend fathers. So we'll bring together 30 people on Saturday, hopefully, where we'll sit and have a round table discussion with one of our priests leading the conversation, Father Joseph Nuhu. Joseph Nuhu is the Director of Family and Human Life Unit in the Archdiocese of Kaduna. So he's expected to have a 30 minutes conversation to lead the charge where everyone will make contribution. We'll have to address the issues, how modernization, if you like, call it globalization or modernity, how it's affecting family values, how it's affecting the society. Then on the basis of that, we'll be able to come up with some action plan. What can we do to salvage some of the ills that we may have identified? Where are the things going? Where did we get it wrong? And all of these conversations. So we'll pull them together. It's supposed to run from 9 o'clock, its arrival. By 9:30, we would have done the preliminaries, and then we'll start the conversation. At noon, we're expected to disperse for the day. And I hope at the end of it, we'll come up with some policy document that we can share with other stakeholders, share with our sponsors, and share with people in other dioceses as some conversation that can be ongoing. And as you know, it's not something you want to, you think you can exhaust in one day. I don't know whether this addresses the question.
Okay, now, yeah. You spoke about modernization and how it affects the family value, especially in this time. Can you just give us maybe an insight into how this play out?
Well, you know, the framing of this topic itself is a bit problematic, because if you say how modernization affects families as if we want to remain in the Stone Age, no, contrary to that, well, we know that modernity or modernization comes with a lot of advancement in technology. It comes with improvement in the ways things are done, moving from the rural end, moving from the traditional ways to go to what modern times, social science and technology, ICTs, the things they have to offer, artificial intelligence and all of that. So as it concerns this topic, we have seen how much advancement humanity has made, how much progress we've made as a people on earth. But we've also seen the level of damage to the society. I use the word damage because our cultures and values have been eroded by our contact with other civilizations. All of us are beginning to adapt what was not traditionally our own, which of course is not entirely a bad thing. However, we think that this is time for us to pull back a little and do some reassessment. The things that we thought that held our society together, the oneness of the African society, for instance, the things that were taught as children, that our fathers taught us at home, teachers taught us in school, the religious men and women, the religious leaders taught us, traditional institutions taught us, it seems like there is a disconnect in the society at the moment. And so we think that as a religious body, as a church, as a people, it is our duty to call ourselves to order and say, something is not right here. Where did we get it wrong? And what are the things? First is to identify them, because when a problem is identified, chances are that you're on the path to its solution. So we want to sit down and identify some of the ills from homes where parents no longer have time for their children, where they outsource their duties to nannies, to house helps, and all kinds of things going on. Children now are left to train themselves, where social media now dictates what people learn, where the television culture and the media culture determines what we learn and what we don't learn, where teachers themselves have very little time for morals, where the emphasis is based on academic performance, where people are rigging in class and doing all kinds of malpractices to ensure that the schools excel at the detriment of the morality that should have been the foundation and the basis for the society.
Okay, in all of this, how do you think that with the program you have, there'll be enough time for all these things to trickle down into the society?
Our hope is that we should begin this conversation, and we're hoping that it doesn't just stop here. And you see, we're very deliberate in the choice of people who have assembled or we're going to assemble. We're picking people, for instance, the young person who is coming representing the Catholic Youth Organization of Nigeria is the national president at that level of the Catholic youth in Nigeria. So with him, we are hoping that we can reach, the message from this event will reach the Catholic youth at the national level. Under his office, the Catholic corpus are there, and other sodalities and societies that fall under the categorization of the Catholic youths. He is going to be talking to his peers, that this is the awareness we're trying to create. We're bringing people from members of Knight of St. Molumba, Knight of St. John. When they gather at the Metropolitan Council, when they gather at the provincial level, they'll be talking to each other. When the Zumutamata people gather, they have a huge followership drawn from 7 dioceses within this ecclesiastical province, and they gather every often. Gather in the parishes, gather at the diocesan level, gather at the deanery level. So when they meet, we're creating our awareness. We're not claiming that we can solve this problem overnight, but we want to identify this and start the conversation. And we're hoping that it can become something that at the various levels, in the various churches, even in catechism, people will now begin to take this matter seriously. In our schools, let there be a deliberate attempt to curate rooms for morals to be taught. Let there be, beyond just moral instruction, it becomes a topic to teach. Because I am also convinced that with the kind of narrative going on in the society today, assuming we have peace education, we have some deliberate effort by those who are responsible for our curriculum and syllabus to ensure that the young generation do not pick the kind of biases and bigotry that are being traded on the social media and even by renowned persons in the media today, then we know we are on our path to maybe correcting some of these things that are going wrong.
Okay, in all of this, finally, in all of this, where is the role of the church?
The church is a mother and teacher. So we will still, the church will still play. The church is you and I, the members of the church, under its leadership. So you see, what we're doing is what we think is the responsibility of the church. The church will play the role of a teacher, providing the moral compass for the society, calling us to order, holding the leaders accountable, continuing to teach the morals that we think if the society is eroding, if the morals are not there, if this, what we thought are the correct things from the Holy Book, or what we think that families should know, they are not holding them sacred. If life is no longer being held sacred, it is the role of the church to continue to speak about this. And in the face of hopelessness like we are, after all the disappointment and everything that people go through, economic hardship and all of that, the church continues to give hope.
Okay, any final word?
Final word would be, we are in difficult times, but all the same, we have a reason to hope for a better day. Elections have come and gone. Our lives should not end with election. It's only a process of selecting leaders, a handful of men and women. So everything about this drama with the unfortunate and needless lives being lost I think this is time now to calm the tension, and people who are conflict entrepreneurs to know that it will do nobody any good if we burn down this country. So we hope that families, individuals, everybody will contribute their quota to creating a peaceful environment for there to be development and progress.
Thank you very much.
A pleasure.